thread, AO black. So you can simply start at the eye and come down. Basically to a point where, give yourself a measure. This is an area where I'm going to be tying in a hackle, and then the false hackle top and bottom. So I'm giving myself a kind of mark straight away. Now for the tag I'm just going to use an oval silver tinsel. In this case, number 14 or a small. Tying the way down. You can do this with this, well, especially with a double hook because you've got a flat surface, and this will not pull out. Take your thread down, and I'm going to go slightly by the points of the hook, just not halfway between the point and the bar, but just a third of the way, say, and then wind it down, touching, form the tag with the oval tinsel, bring it tinsel between the hooks and underneath, just like that. You catch it with the thread, so that basically locks in the tag. Now I'm going to trim this. There's the first part of the body is this floss here, a hot green Uni-Floss, and I'm going to use the oval tinsel as a measure, which is round about just slightly under halfway up the body, so it'll be there. Always use things for a measure if it helps tie the fly. For the hair I'm going to be using now, you could use Russian squirrel, grey squirrel dyed black, or in this case this is Arctic runner dyed black, which is a popular hair, especially in Iceland, but it's many countries as well, so I use this hair if they can get it. But you use what you have. It could be bucktail, it could be fox, it's entirely up to you, it's your fly. The length of the tail, I'm looking length of the body, catch that in, just on top. I need a wee bit of wax on with thread there, I'm just going to go back, it wasn't coming over the way I liked. The wax helps to control the thread because it slightly stiffens it up, but as well gives it a bit of grip. Now, so we come in here, we cut at an angle from the body. This will help taper materials you're tying down towards the point where you're going to tie in the wing. You don't want too much of a step. Now what we can do, we can actually tidy this up. Again, wax on your thread. And as you see, as you wind up, it should taper towards that point where you're going to tie in your wing and your hackle, which is just there. Quite look, yeah. And then the way back down. Just makes for a much stronger fly if you do this. Get your neon or hot green floss. Now, what you can do is with the floss, you can split it. Now I've got, you see how you can open it out. You can split it into two, which I like to do, and then use a single strand. Now I've got a waste piece here as well, which I'm going to use to hold this floss up at slipping back. It's just a wee bit of security. So we catch that on the top, same as we did with the oval tinsel, and then tie this down nice and tight. And wind up. Point there. Let's get back a turn. There you go. And then bring this over just to lock in the floss. And again, what I'm going to do is take the thread up to the point. Different lengths. Again, this will help taper. Make sure it stays where you want it. will help tidy things up. Now you could use your oval tinsel again for the rib, but what I'm going to use is a small wire, silver wire, which I like to use especially on a silver body or a mylar type body. It lasts longer. That's up to you. Catch this underneath. Come down. If you think you're too far up, you can always come over it with the thread to the right length over the floss. Tinsel I'm going to use a holographic silver. Now in the original it's a plain silver, so it's up to yourself. Catch this, the full length of the body. It's a large, it's a UTC. Take it up, again there we are. Nice straight turn at the back, and as you wind up, slightly overlap your last turn. Nice and tight. Cross your thread. Good few, 3 or 4 turns to make sure it's secure. The wire, I do a straight turn at the back, and then rib the holographic tinsel, fill it up with your thread, and put that 90-degree bend into the wire. That will lock in these tight turns, and then keep the thread tight, bend and break off the wire. The wing, we're back to our Arctic runner, black. Nice. Cut it always close to the skin. Don't want to cut it too far up. Towards the end of the tail. Now what I like to do, you can tie it straight on if you want, but I'm going to cut it and then tie it in with the trimmed end. I'll just show you. Off it on the top, and then you cut into the cut ends with the thread. And then tie it down. Now when you wind into this, the chances are you will take some of the hair around with the thread turn. Now you can bring this back up just by rolling it, or rolling your nail along the edge. And this stops it, or brings up any fibres that may have run around the side. Now you can always check the length. Now you can see I've left 1 or 2 of the guard hairs. I don't mind them, it adds to the taper. The fly. You've got wax on your thread, make sure it's nice and tight. Now a wee bit of flash on the top. I've got some accent flash, crystal flash. I've got 2 strands here. I've got 2 strands on my side, the length of the wing. Just catch it, 2 or 3 turns. Check the length here. It's fine. 2 or 3 turns down, and then fold it and bring it back on the other side. And trim it the length of the wing. Yeah. This basically spreads it out. Hen hackle. Now you can actually, you have left plenty of room to wind a hackle here. You don't need to wind a hackle, you can put fibres top and bottom. Just the same as what I'm going to do with the claret. I'm going to wind the black hackle on. Just to be, it's entirely up to yourself. Again, that's the idea of tying your own flies. You can do your own add your own wee touches. Just catch it. Front of the hackle, tip of the hackle tied in. 2 or 3 turns down, then we can fold the tip back. Bring it up, we can break away the tip. So obviously locked in the hackle, draw back fibres. Bring the fibres up, just draw them back, and then wind the hackle down. You're only going to get 2 or 3 turns. That's a Chinese neck, dyed black. Now as you come up and follow the stem, basically encourage put a 90-degree bend into the stem and bring the thread through, and this will catch in the stem of the hackle, keep it nice and tight, and lock in the turns nice and tight as well, because it can't pull back. Trim away the waist and then tidy the head up. Again, a bit of wax there. There you go, you get a nice shape. Now the rest red or red claret, it's kind of ruby claret. You can use a hen cape or a cock cape, it's up to yourself. I'm using a cock cape here, it's Chinese. Just find the colour a wee bit stronger than that. Bring the fibres 90 degrees. This will line the tips up. See there. Now, I usually pinch and loop up the way. It's the easiest way to do it. So to pinch and loop down, you can pinch and loop up. So you bring your finger thumb in, hold the length that you want, which is just much the same length as the black hen, and then pinch and loop the thread up, tie in 2 or 3 turns. You can check just to see you're in the centre, and you're fine with that. Then you can trim away the waste. Just watch your thread. Make sure you've got wax on at this point. And then back to our hackle again. Do the salmon top. Mostly like tying in a wing. And get the length that you want. So yeah. And nice and tight. 2 or 3 turns down. Just see where it's sitting. See the length. Then make sure you're happy with it. And if you're adding, you can trim away the waste. And again, it's always important that you put a bit of wax in your thread at this point. It just holds better. Ties in easier. Gives you a lot more confidence when you're tying the fly. Because you feel you've got the strength. The wax does condition the thread, it takes away the dryness of the thread. And then, just to give it a wee highlight, the floss. Another strand here. And this is it, obviously in a single strand. Just come round. Pull it in. And put a turn in here. So you're happy. Just like a collar on the head. And come around a couple of times. And we'll keep it nice and bright. 90-degree bends into it. Keep the thread straight as you can. You can travel a wee bit with the thread, so just watch. Make sure you've got it tied on. Just check where you are. Right. And we can trim away the waste. Now, just going to tidy the head area up. Come in and whip finish. 2 or 3 turns. Trim away your thread. Now, what I like to do is secure the head with a bit of super glue, and it's just a wee tad long, so I'm going to trim this. Yeah. Super glue first. Dries really quick. Keeps the colour, especially the floss. A wee bit of hair there on the head. I'm just going to give it a second. Now a wee bit of hair on the under part of the, you can see it there in the head. If you just give it a second, and then what I do is, you can flatten it because of the super glue. Just put your nail on it. If you can see that bit's gone. So as it dries, you can then touch it in. It's the only way you can get rid of it is if it's just a small hair. Use the back of your nail, you don't want to use the front of your finger. You get stuck to it. Just allow that to dry, and then a couple of coats of varnish, and that's the head done. So once your super glue is dry, we can come in, start varnishing the head up, making it nice and clean and shiny. Just using a vineyard varnish here. Just a nice clear varnish. And there we go. And that's Metallica.